What's up, weirdos, and welcome to Weird Wide, the show bringing you all the weird all the time. I am your host, JD Ross, and I've got a special treat for you here. We haven't had him on the show for way too long. Please welcome my best friend, the Ghost. Ghost, welcome back.
Dude, first I want to say is I'm so sorry for taking so long to hop on. Your life, health, shit happens, man.
I get it, dude. I'm just really happy to have you here. It's been way too long. So, okay, so Ghost, you know me, man. Like, I am always.
I know you?
Like, pouring through weird news shit, trying to find the weirdest shit to bring on to this show.
Yeah.
And apparently there's this weird new trend going on. I wanted to get your opinion on it before we got into the show today. So,
okay.
There's a new issue. I guess it's an issue. It came up as like a new disturbing trend. You know how those go, like when the youths of America are doing something shifty.
Okay.
Well, apparently there's a thing called coin boys.
Coin boys?
Coin boys. Okay. Now, apparently, I haven't either. I luckily, I'm not like in elementary school anymore. But apparently, elementary school is like the age for this. But like, basically, it'll be like groups of boys, right? And they'll get together and they all have a quarter, right? They always have a quarter. And they literally will just sit around like obsessively flipping it up and down like a fucking greaser in the 50s.
Literally. I was about to say, this sounds like a 50s jock.
Yeah, legitimate. Like the greaser, the leather jacket. They're riding the old
Biff.
fucking Biff. It's Biff.
Fucking Biff.
Imagine what Biff does when he's just hanging out, just flipping that coin up and down. But like, that's the whole thing, is they take it super seriously, like to the point where like they're in like like when you first start school, you got to do the whole like, my name is JD, I like aliens.
Hey,
these kids are doing that in their intros. Like, it's like, I'm a coin boy. And like the teacher's like, what the fuck is a coin boy?
Is this an actual like legitimate thing you can be now?
Apparently you can be a coin boy, but you got to but to be a coin boy, truly a coin boy, and you know how I feel about going, half-ass or not. If you're going to be a real coin boy, you have to, quote, live by the coin and die by the coin.
You know what this screams? This is legitimately equal to saying I want to be a Pokemon master.
You know what? Honestly, at least with the Pokemon Master,
and at least with that, it's better.
Well, there was more to do. I mean, I feel like how long are you gonna flip a coin? I flip coins. I wouldn't consider myself a coin boy, but I've flipped coins. I've been known to flip a coin. I'm
in
not good
situations,
at it.
Yes.
Yeah, but like with Pokemon, I mean, like there was like when we were coming up, there was 150 to catch. There's like 1,000 now.
Oh, I'm talking about the Pokemon Go shit where people are like, I'm gonna be the Pokemon master. I'm like,
you're talking about Pokemon Go. You know what?
Yes, yeah. I should have been specific.
Pokemon Go got people out walking. Good for that.
Yes, it did.
Got to enjoy.
People got active.
People got active. So
got active for Pokemon, but nothing else.
You know what? Wow. Honestly, it makes me think that if Pokemon were like a real thing, like kids would actually go out and try to hunt them for real and become Pokemon masters. Dude.
I would.
All the adults are talking about like, it's all these video games and all that. Well, where's the fucking Pokemon?
Here it is. I fucking love it.
All right, so today we brought the Ghost back because the Ghost always comes on these episodes with me. So we're not talking about coin boys. We're not talking about Pokemon. Today we are getting into another Unhinged movie.
Unhinged.
Bam, bam, bam. Bow. Ghost, tell them what we're talking about today.
Well, friends, we are talking about probably, arguably, in my top 5 favorite comedies of all time. This is my childhood favorite. It was a go-to, one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite comedians acting. It was overall, all of it was just spectacular. Today, we're talking about Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I fucking love this movie, dude.
I do too. But like, there's something like, if you watching it as like a 10-year-old, if you're a 10-year-old coin boy and you're just sitting around, you're flipping that coin up and down, right? Flipping that coin. You're watching, you're like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, clearly, this is the good guy. I mean, like, but like,
oh yeah.
As you watch it as an adult, I can't help but notice it's one of the creepiest fucking movies I've ever seen.
I would you call it creepy? Because I'm more like this man really loves his kids. This motherfucker will go to fucking ends, to whatever ends he needs to be at, to be with his children.
I'm gonna fuck with your
dressing like a
mind.
70-year-old
I'm gonna
woman.
fuck with your head right now, though.
Do it. Do it.
Lori Daybell, whatever, the mom that's like currently in the news for having murdered her children.
Oh God.
She did it religiously because she thought it was like out of love, because she's a crazy cult leader. So
where are you going with this?
Well, what I'm saying is, just because you do it for love doesn't necessarily make it the right decision.
I mean, that's literally even they say it in the movie. He's like, you just fooled a lot of people in believing you are a 65-year-old woman.
I did like that part where the judge at the end, he's like, you know, it seems
great.
like a very talented actor. And it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's all great and dandy, but
so one time as an actor, you don't want to get that compliment though, because it's like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. I was being real.
The only time, but all in all, and should we explain why this even made it on the Unhinged? Do you want to elaborate on
we'll
the
get to it? We'll get to it, because I think as we go through this, we're gonna break it down a little bit, and I think we're gonna find it's quite fucking unhinged. So let's just jump right in. Let's talk about the main character here. So let's talk about Daniel Hillard. What mental illness does this dude have? Because I was looking it up and I could not find it.
I wouldn't say he has a mental illness. I just think he has charisma overload. Dude.
Well, he's got charisma overload for sure.
Yeah.
But like, he's like, from the very beginning of the movie, I mean, he's literally talking about like, you know, like the cartoon shouldn't be smoking. So, you know, I'm going to fucking quit this job, like quitting jobs out of principle, doing things that he believes are right, no matter what. Like there's got to be some kind of mental illness here. I mean, like, I'm wondering some extreme form of ADHD.
Potentially, or maybe it's just I don't give a fuck.
It's got, I mean, some level of I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, like maybe, okay, so like maybe even like somewhere on the autistic spectrum of just not giving a fuck, not even necessarily. You know, we'll get to it, because I can't even say that he doesn't recognize it. So this dude right out of the gate, he's a great actor. He's doing all this fun shit for the, what was it, the Pudgy the
He
parrot.
does voice acting.
He does voices.
I do voices.
He does voices. That'll come up in a bit. Now, okay, so I want to know what he's got, first of all, because like he's out of his mind. So, but he loves his kids. You gotta love that he loves his kids.
He genuinely does. And look, and he makes you believe it. I believe that he loves his children.
I believe it too. And actually, fun fact about that, because I was looking up like Mrs. Doubtfire mental illness, because I was trying to figure out what, like, if the internet had figured out what the fuck he had. And I think it's the eldest daughter, Liddy. The actress that played her actually went through a lot of mental illness stuff on the set. And Robin Williams himself actually helped her through a lot of it.
That's amazing. I didn't know
when you say you believe that he loved the kids, like, I think that was genuine. Like, I think he actually
I believe
like,
that too. Yeah.
And I've always felt that any movie he does with kids, like, you feel that.
He's fantastic. But Patch Adams is a big one.
Patch Adams. What was the other? Jack. Remember Jack?
Jack. He played a man that's just aging rapidly, but
I believed it.
7, and I believed it. And I think that's because of Robin motherfucking Williams, dude.
100%.
Genuinely.
Like, rest in peace. We lost a great man that day.
Absolutely.
Now, that love, okay, while it is outstanding, that is nice, it's great to see, especially because, like, you know, sometimes like the father like is portrayed in a lot more negative of a light of like, you know,
sure,
but he loves his kids to the point where he's like, all right, I'm gonna give my son the best fucking birthday party that he's ever had.
Oh yeah, we're throwing down. What is he, like 14, 13? He's turning, like, it's just a teenager.
It was one of those. It was definitely one of those ages. One of those like ages where it's like, yeah, it's time for a party.
And this scene has one of the best rap songs ever.
Are you really gonna say that "Jump Around" is one of the best rap songs?
I'm sorry, it's classic.
Are we really derailing right here for this?
We are, because I was gonna break it down for you. It's because I believe it's classic. I think it's not the greatest rap song, but hey, they mentioned Terminator in it, so
they mentioned Terminator briefly, yes, but like, okay, like, you know what really, what I really hate about it is the beat. I fucking hate that shit. Jump around. Jump around. No, we are not going to sit here. Like, you know what? Here's the thing. I am going to see Snoop Dogg as I'm recording this. I'm going to see Snoop Dogg tomorrow. So if you follow me on Insta at Dude Is Weirdo, you'll probably see some of those pictures before this episode comes out. I'm going to see Snoop Dogg. So I feel like I'm a little bit more of an expert on rap than you.
Fuck. You fuck.
We are not.
You are seeing one of the greatest rappers ever. So yeah,
we are also not about to be two of the whitest motherfuckers on the planet out here about to say that fucking House of Pain, this white ass motherfucker, is one of the greatest rappers of all time. I'm not saying that's like coming out here and saying Snow is one of the greatest rappers. Remember Snow?
You leave Snow. Why are we doing everything early 90s right now?
It's. You know what? It's the vibe. This movie is 93.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe. And
I love it.
Anyway, so back to the party. The party looks fun. Again, as a child, this is like you're watching this party, you're like, throw down. Like, that's the cool dad right there.
Literally. There's a donkey in that motherfucker.
There's a donkey. There's like barnyard animals out there. The cops are getting called because there's a fucking farm outside.
Literally.
This man ordered a farm. Okay. Like, as an adult, I'm watching this. I'm like, this man ordered a farm. It's literally two different things. Like the 10-year-old, this man ordered a farm.
Literally.
Cool. Now it's like this man ordered a farm. But like, did you notice too? There weren't any other parents around.
Oh God,
not a single fucking one.
There was, yeah. Hold on, wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Chew on that for a sec.
What is Daniel doing with a bunch of 10, 12, 14-year-olds just jumping around?
Jumping around. Like honestly, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Foot Clan from Ninja Turtles, except just in a house.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it feels like after he lets them have a little bit of fun, he's going to recruit them into his cult and have them out doing shit. That's the vibe.
I love it.
Now, also, he has played a serial killer before, so like this also just like it's creepy. It's creepy. It's already unhinged. Like, what father does this?
Robin is great at what he does, but the thing is, you don't feel unhinged throughout this. It is now as an adult when you look at it, but he in the movie, it's a feel good party. He's giving his son a party. He's turning 13. He's got a whole farm, as weird as it is, eating the begonias, all of it. It's just happening.
Hey, my begonias.
Hey, my begonias.
But like as a married man, I can see why the wife gets home and is fucking pissed.
Yeah, he's supposed to come off like the dad that just gives everything. The dad, the dude that quits his job just because I'm not doing it. I'm not promoting smoking. Like, I hate smoking too, but it's a paycheck. That is the level where I'm like, it's a paycheck. If they said to do some kiddie shit, then I'd be like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Well, it's literally one of those things where it's like, you know, they're gonna do it no matter what. So like, get your money. You did all this weird singing and shit. Get your fucking money.
Literally.
Now, okay. Obviously, like, it's like one of those things where it's like they haven't, you know, they've had issues for years. You know, this is the fucking tip of the iceberg here. This is just the, you know, the final straw. She kicks his ass the fuck out, which again, I don't necessarily blame her.
I can't either. As an adult now, I'm like, if I got home, my wife would be like, what the fuck is a donkey doing in my living room?
Why is there a donkey in my fucking living room? Like, and he's also talking about that horse had a lot of water. Like, so it's like that thing could be pissing at any moment. You don't have a diaper on it. Like, who's going to clean up donkey piss?
And that's a bucket.
That's a bucket.
That ain't just a little pee.
No, that is not a spritz. That's a lot of piss. That is a lot of piss. So he immediately goes to his brother. Now, I did enjoy this. Like looking back, like it's a little progressive for 1993. Like,
great.
This is, and I believe, because you got the gay couple. This is brother and the partner, and I believe this is actually due to Robin Williams being an ally in real life.
I love that, and I don't know if is it Henry Fernstein.
Firestein? Yeah,
Firestein. I think something like that.
The guy from Independence Day.
Yes.
Why did you send my mother to Atlanta?
that guy.
It's that guy.
Crap.
Oh crap.
That guy. Is he homosexual in real life?
Homosexual? Is he homosexual?
Is he homosexual?
Yes, he is.
Okay, because he pulls it off really well, and
that's like, because he is like, I believe I'm pretty sure there was like a Nathan Lane situation. Like they went on one of the talk shows and like one of the hosts was coming at like Nathan Lane or something, and like Robin came in and defended him. So like pretty sure he was like a true like early ally before it was cool to be an ally. So that's pretty fucking awesome.
It is awesome. I love Robin for that even more. I do.
Exactly. So I do love that. Now, okay, so like skipping on to the court hearing, because like honestly, like I feel like it was, they called him Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack at one point.
Aunt Jack, I love that.
I did like the Aunt Jack. That's funny as shit.
It is.
But I love that, like, okay, so like I'm and we'll get to this a little bit more later. Like, what do you think though? Like, did they, because they ultimately become like kind of accomplices here. They help him out with the disguise. Did they know why he's doing it, or did they just not ask questions?
I don't think they ever brought it up in the film, but I want to say that, yeah, it's like, I mean, imagine if I came up to you and you were this graphic designer that knows how to make faces. I'm like, hey, Jay, I need a face. You would, I genuinely first asked me why. What would you need it for?
I don't know. I feel like I'd maybe ask you while I'm making it. Like, I'd be like, one of those is like, yeah, let's make you a fucking woman face. Like, sure. But then like, it'd be like, why are we doing this? Like,
and if I told you I want to dress up as a 65-year-old woman so I can be the babysitter of my children and watch them for 4 hours a day, how do you feel about that?
I'm literally calling the cops.
No, you're not. Bitch, we're friends. We're friends.
You dude, that is, well, I'm juiced in, but I'm not going down with you, because at that point, like, if I'm not
telling anybody.
But dude, if you flip,
what if you told the brother and the brother-in-law? He probably was like, yeah, I won't say anything. You guys won't even be mentioned.
We can speculate, but we don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know. Now, obviously, the court thing comes up. She's it's again, like, it's a very progressive movie. I do love that about this. It's like, she's a 90s power chick. She's out here running shit. So like, obviously she wins the court case. And honestly, his lawyer seemed kind of worthless.
He was worthless in every aspect. I'd be like, bitch, if you think I'm gonna shake, get your fucking hand out of my face before I smack the taste out your mouth.
The other side of that,
what I would say to him.
The other side of that, though, is like what did he have to offer? Like there's a certain point where it's like, okay, you got to be able to work with me, man. Like, if I murder a bunch of people and I film the whole thing, and it's like me, I'm murdering people, there's not a lot to work with for a lawyer, right? Even the best lawyer,
literally.
He's not gonna be able to even afford the best lawyer in San Francisco, because he's like between jobs. You got fucking Miranda out here kicking ass. So of course she's gonna get a better lawyer. She wins. This is like, okay, this is one of those like stay in school moments, kids. Like, okay, like, and I know it's fucked up for me to say this because I'm a dreamer and I'm literally doing this show right fucking now. But like, go to school and make more money. There's no money in this. There's no money in this unless anybody wants to cash at me at Dudas Weirdo.
Do it.
That's right. I'm good at plugs. All right. So then he's in this situation where he's like, it's like the stereotypical, the like, divorced dad. You know what I mean? He's got the whole, and this is where I think he starts to kind of go down the hill a little bit. But I'm not even sure if it was like right here, but like his court liaison, like this poor lady.
I do voices.
He literally, in a professional social worker's office, did the I do voices thing.
He did.
How many voices did he even do?
I want to say 8 or 9.
It was a lot. It was like where it's like, if you were there, it would be a lot.
Lotion up, sweetheart.
I like the Reagan when he did Nancy and I are still looking for the other half of my head.
He's great at it. I think Robin kills that. But why do that at a social?
That's what I mean.
What was that, like a social? Not social.
It was a social worker.
Yeah, social worker. So he was. Yeah, it's like why? But she asked, "What do you do?"
She did, but like it's still. First of all, it's a lot. Like okay, you and I have been that person where we're doing like a voice or a quote, and we take it to a point where it's like a little just too far.
Of course, especially in front of our wives.
100%, they're over it.
100%.
They are so over it.
Oh, they're in forever.
It's ridiculous. They're so done. But like, I feel like that's where he was with the 8 or 9 different voices, because it was a lot.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot. But again, you could have just been like, I do a voice acting.
He could have just said, I'm a voice actor.
Like, he could have, literally, I'm a voice actor.
I am a voice actor. Like, you did not have to be that. It's told you, over exaggerated charisma.
Yes, a lot of charisma. But it's funny. The charisma did not work for her. She's literally just sitting there. Mr. Hiller, do you find yourself amusing?
I did. There was a
There was a time
where I thought I was funny, but today, ma'am, you have changed my mind. I love
I
it.
fucking love it. All right,
Great.
now moving along in the story. Now, now Pierce Brosnan. I like Pierce Brosnan, the guy that
Pierce.
Love Pierce. He was actually like he was my James Bond. He's the Bond that I grew up on.
Bond too. Yeah,
GoldenEye. GoldenEye. Love that shit. GoldenEye.
So
Fucking
good.
Tina Turner. Rest in peace.
Mhm.
So.
Yes.
I really thought as I was rewatching this as an adult that I would actually like this guy more. He's more her speed. He's successful. He's good looking, but like he was also super aggressive when he first
he was
meeting with her. Did you notice that?
He was not just he was aggressive the moment he met Miss Doubtfire. He's like, your accent's muddled. Where the fuck are you from? Bitch, none of your fucking business where I'm from.
Which it is funny that he totally got into the character, and knowing the character like an old lady like that is a little untouchable in certain situations, especially if like you're still kind of the new guy.
Yes,
and she's like, so it's like he totally worked that angle, which I enjoyed that. But like he's talking about how he's like been following her career for years, and like, is it a coincidence? Like the moment she's getting divorced, this motherfucker just swoops right in. He's been waiting, dude.
He's been waiting and waiting patiently. She even mentions that we've had dinner a couple times.
Yeah.
What was his name in the story?
Stu.
We've only had dinner a couple times.
Stuart Dunmire.
That sounds like a douchebag name.
He sounds like a piece of shit. Like after watching this again, I like before I used to be like, oh, the pepper was too much. He said he's allergic to pepper. Now I'm like, that's not enough pepper.
No, choke that motherfucker. No, he's the guy that works at the HR department, Mr. Stu Dunheimer. You got to go see Mr. Dunheimer tonight. Dunheimer. Fucking hate it.
So next part is like when it really starts to go off the rails, and like you can kind of see, like at least the way they framed it in the movie, that it was like this idea of like the whole thing just popped into his head. It's just like in a moment he came up with this crazy scheme, changed the phone number when she wasn't looking because she's gonna put an ad in for a nanny, and then he starts doing all the fake phone calls.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Again, I love that. Again, it's some premeditated shit.
He is just prepping phone calls that, hey, no one's going to call. You have to understand he put a fake phone number. So he's acting like other people, be like, hey, let me at least act like she'll never realize that
this is a serial killer plot, dude.
Especially with the, hey, Leela, get back in your cell. Don't make me get the hose. Hello. Hello. It's like, sir. Either you're an incredible actor or holy shit.
And then what was the one that said, oh, I don't work with the boys because I used to be one.
B1.
But again, like it's just showing this like level of like this dude literally just starts calling his ex-wife, which I'm actually a little bit like, okay, there's this kind of alludes to some other problems. I'm gonna give her some shit here. How did she not notice that was him?
I don't know, the eyes, man. The eyes. But the moment somebody walks in,
I mean the voices. Not even
the
when
voices. Not even when he shows up yet.
I'm talking about just the voices alone. No, dude. Honestly, like your wife, my wife, they would absolutely see through that shit. Like they know what our voices are. They would recognize that. They would recognize that. But that's what I'm saying.
He's that good.
That's what I'm saying. Is how little has she been paying attention over the years?
Whoa! I never even. Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
I never
she's not completely she's not completely not at fault. Like
she's been out of love for a while.
She even mentions at one point she cried herself to sleep. Which okay, fair enough. But like, how long has this been a problem, man? How long have you like to the point where you can't like? Because if like I tried to prank call my wife right now, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Literally, it would have to be a soundboard because my wife would know my voice.
To be. I would have to use like my effects thing. I'm not either.
I apparently either one, he's that good. Two, shit was completely off rails already for both of them. That marriage, and she never. And three, she never paid attention to him because if he can go do 9, 6, 7, 9 voices and then do Miss Doubtfire,
that's what I'm saying.
And Miss Doubtfire is hers distinct. Like she has her own. Yeah, literally, she has her own distinct.
It's very muddled, very very muddled.
What part of England are you from?
But then he calls as Mrs. Doubtfire, puts the
Okay.
whole thing together, and like I love that he didn't have like I love that he totally put the horse before the cart on this one, or the cart before the horse, whatever the fucking saying is.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even have the costume yet. He was like going basic. Like, what if Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack had been busy that day? Like, if I showed up at your house on a Sunday, I was like, man, I need you to make me a fucking costume. I know you like are off today, but I need you to do your job all day
and I
probably
need
for free because I can't pay shit. I can't pay for shit. So like, could you help a brother out? I feel like that's so like he kind of did that. He jumped the gun a little bit. But then Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack are totally helping him. They go through that montage, which is
it's one of the greatest.
Amazing. What was it?
Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand, yeah, a little bit of Barbara Streisand in there. But like again, like, do they know? That's what I'm saying. Is like, do they know?
Like, I feel like they would, because he comes back after the.
But all he did is say, "I need another face." He doesn't say why. He just says he needs another face.
Come on. What is the guy that's in his late 30s, early 40s? What the fuck does he have to do with an old woman's face that's 65 years old?
Okay.
In a bodysuit.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you got all this going on. But, like, if Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack know about this shit, if they know that, like, this is, like, what he's doing, they are risking their entire life. They've got like they're like no kids, they've got their own business like that they run, like they're risking a lot if they know that shit. So like that's what I want to know, like how far would you go for like your brother? I mean, like my sister came to me and she was like, we need to do this shit. I'm like, whoa, why are we doing that? And then like if I found out why, it's like
you don't love your sister, sir.
We're gonna get you some therapy, buddy. We're gonna get you some therapy.
Don't need no therapy. I need my kids.
Well, okay,
healthy or not.
His kids are his therapy, aren't they?
Literally. Yes. We're going to go lighthearted here. God damn it. Yes.
All right, fine. I'll give you lighthearted on this particular moment.
It's just like, if I told you, dude, my wife's taking my fucking kids. You are the greatest makeup artist in San Francisco. Come on, man. Like, I literally will not mention your name. That's probably what went down. The way I'm doing it to you, he's like, I will never, if anything goes down, I will not pull a Henry Hill on you.
Like, what assurance do you have with that?
I'm your brother. I'm not going to rat on my brother.
I mean, that's easy to say. That's easy to say when you're not sitting in that chair.
That's how that conversation went.
All right, so you think that they knew?
Yes, and he convinced them.
All right.
He's an actor. He's a goddamn
He is an actor. He's a very good actor. And honestly, a little bit of he could be a salesman. All right, I'll give you that. So Mrs. Doubtfire is born, and this movie goes just insanely unhinged from here on. So I gotta say, there's a side note. When I was researching this, like I did find out that it apparently did take about 4 hours to get Robin into full Mrs. Doubtfire makeup.
Yeah, I knew that.
So what he would do is he would like just like in full makeup walk through the streets of San Francisco, like completely as Mrs. Doubtfire.
You're kidding.
Not kidding at all. And guess what he did? This is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard.
What did he do?
As Mrs. Doubtfire, he goes into a sex toy shop and buys a bunch of dildos.
You're joking.
I'm not joking at all. Could you imagine, like, working in San Francisco, this old lady comes, and then one day you're just like, wait a minute.
Wait, is that?
I've seen her.
She looks imagine being the clerk at that fucking at that place.
Imagine it hitting you like she bought the monster dildo that nobody actually asks for.
Robin probably did that.
I can see him doing that. I can see him doing that.
That's amazing, actually. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Now it's all just an idea, and it's nothing. No boundaries have been crossed just yet.
No.
Until the moment he actually walks literally into the house that he once shared with his wife, the house that he was kicked out of in an alternate persona as an old English nanny.
Yes, it is. I mean, when you say it like that,
you say it like that, the way you just broke it down for me, yes, it seems a bit, and nothing with what he's doing. It's the fact that
you have got to be a very good actor, vocal and performance, to keep fucking. I mean, because he falters. We'll talk about that in a minute. He does falter and go, and he misses his shit, and it's like, fuck, I fucked up. You got to keep your T's, man. What do they call your dots and T's?
Cross your T's and dot your I's.
That's what it is. I'm not American, so
mind your P's and Q's.
There you go. And I don't want to say it's creepy because of the genuine feeling of that. This man cannot live without his children. He's literally said, I can't live without him. It's like taking my air.
But like, still, this is a crime.
Is it a crime though?
This is definitely some kind of crime.
No,
like you're involving 3 minors.
Oh, God damn it. Never mind. Yeah, there's some kind of crime with that. It's like child endangerment. Fine.
Child something.
But what child endangerment? Let me stop myself here. What endangerment?
I mean, like, well, okay, like it's a perceived endangerment. I mean, it's like literally like, okay, like, yeah, you're saying, okay, but the father has been ordered by the court to have this many days. And he's saying, fuck that. I'm going to do this.
That's the crime.
But I'm going to do this like as an alternate persona. And also, like you mentioned faltering, like that's a really good point. Like think about like stage actors. Like they practice for months. They they go through all that. They know their shit. And even then, sometimes they have to look at like line. There was nobody to do that to. Like, could you like who's Mrs. Doubtfire gonna lie? Who's gonna do that to?
Honestly, I honestly believe that in the moment when he's with the kids and he's being Miss Doubtfire, I still feel Daniel. Yes, this is Miss Doubtfire, and it looks like Miss Doubtfire and the 70, 65-year-old woman.
Yeah.
But it's just the essence is still there of Daniel, and that's where it's not. He's not there to fucking do anything weird.
On the outside, that's true. Like we know that to be true, but like, what would the court actually say about that?
The court, look, if I'm the judge and I saw that, I'd be like,
oh no.
It's like this. I would actually, because I'm being more of a progressive judge, I would tell him this. There's nothing wrong with what you particularly did. It's the fact that you broke the rule of you cannot see your kids more than these specific hours.
Well, that and like literally, like it would also confuse the children. The whole Mrs. Doubtfire thing. Like this particular thing actually would be pretty fucking confusing.
It would.
Yeah,
it would.
I do love though that they started like kind of having like the shoes on the other foot. Like he starts seeing life from like as he's walking around, he starts like getting like the female perspective a little bit. Like starts getting hit on like the bus driver. Evening, ma'am. Oh, I like that natural look on a woman. It's natural and healthy that you're hairy. It's like, what the fuck, man? Drive the bus and get the fuck out of here.
I love that Mediterranean look on women.
That's what he said, the Mediterranean look.
I fucking look. Creepy, hey, look, if someone being from that area, I am, sir, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not, it's like, you got a comment?
I love the fact when the dude tried to steal his goddamn purse and the dude's like, he literally broke my purse. Bastard. I love the way they bastard because he went super English, like broke my purse, you bastard. Okay, that's Scottish.
Totally did. Now, one of the things, like you talk about the essence of Daniel here. Now, one of the things that actually does infuriate me a little bit as you watch this movie is like, and maybe it's like he feels that he's like only got this last chance because like, this is like just something he's been, he's taking, he's not even supposed to have this chance, but like he starts to become a better parent than he did before.
He learns how to parent, one, better, because he's already a decent parent. Two, he realizes that there should be boundaries, and Miss Doubtfire makes him realize those boundaries of maybe not do this thing. And he learns. And I love that. The movie should. The main character should learn from their mistakes. They should develop and.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also a little bit infuriating that it's like he had to go to this particular length to do it. I mean, he had to become literally like cross-dress and infiltrate a family. Yeah. To like literally like you could have been doing this the whole time. Like honestly, like she's making enough. You could have been a stay-at-home dad. You could have learned to cook. You did learn to cook.
I am not a cook.
I am not a cook. I don't know. I just like it kind of pissed me off a little bit. I feel like more and more, it's like, okay, as you get better, it's like I'm almost like, why weren't you doing that before?
People learn from their mistakes. Honestly, that's where I look at it.
Look at you. You are having so much trouble separating Daniel Hillard from
I am.
Robin Williams.
It's the progressiveness that runs through my fucking veins. It's like I just think this man just wants to see his fucking kids, man. I don't think he's doing anything as unhinged it might maybe be on some levels and criminal. He just wants to see his kids. And if he has to fucking hide from his wife behind a 65-year-old woman, then dude, I am all about it. If you did it, I'd keep my fucking mouth shut.
Nah, fuck that shit, dude. That's creepy.
You'd rat on me, you fucking Henry Hill. Where's an ice pick? I need an ice pick. Where's an ice pick when you need it?
I need an ice pick.
I thought he'd never shut the fuck up.
Stop and get a
Second
Danish
day as a woman, and I'm already having hot flashes.
I fucking love it. Honestly, though, like the new guy keeps showing back up. Honestly, fuck that guy. I can't stand that son of a bitch.
Which new guy?
Stuart done.
Oh, fucking Stu. I'm like, which new guy? Fucking Stuart. You bastard. Touch me again. I'll drown you, you bastard.
I do love that he took every the Daniel took every moment he could to fuck with him though. Like he literally throws a fucking lemon at this motherfucker's head.
I think everything that those two, besides the end part where they're like, okay, nice to meet you, blah, blah, whatever. But when they actually, every time they're in a scene, Daniel's throwing fucking jokes.
Yeah.
Like sexual transmitted diseases jokes.
Oh, dude, the part at the end, like in the dinner scene when he's talking about the power tool.
It's fantastic.
She has a power tool in her bedroom.
He literally said, "You buying her all this shit? You trying to get in her pants?" Nobody just buys.
When he rips
shit.
the fucking emblem off the car,
he does, and that would probably cost him $4,000 just to fix, dude. So he's like, "I'm gonna fucking break this shit."
Fuck this motherfucker.
This is what I mean. The Miss Doubtfire still has like the Daniel comes out where he's like, "I'll fucking drown you, you bastard! Like touch me again, I'll drown you." When he said,
fucking love it
again, and I'll drown you, you bastard! I died. I haven't seen it in like 2 years. So I'm like, oh, dude, this is hilarious. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I love their interactions.
Now, when it really starts to get unhinged, this is where it gets extra creepy.
Oh, okay? God, where?
When the two older kids find out his secret.
Yeah, and they're cool with it. At first, they're like, "Oh, shit."
Okay, but did you notice how it went here? You got to look at this. Like, first of all, I don't think you consume enough true crime the way you're talking about this because, I do
all the time, sir.
Motherfucker,
recognize,
dude. They made a "Don't Tell Mommy" pact.
They did.
Yeah, don't tell mom. Don't tell mom because then I'll be in jail. Do you want daddy to go to jail?
Yeah. Don't tell mom, or you will never see me again.
Daddy to go to jail. You'll never see me again unless it's through plate glass.
See me literally through the fucking plate glass.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Anytime there's a "don't tell mommy" pact, that's a problem.
It is, but it's in this situation. It was warranted. It's like if you tell mom, I will not.
Was it warranted?
If you tell mom, I won't see you anymore for the 4 hours that I try to see you every day. Gone. So, and definitely don't tell Liddy. Not Liddy.
Maddie.
Maddie. Is it Maddie?
Yeah, the little
girl from fucking
the one where
Matilda.
Matilda. That's the one. That's the one.
Don't tell Matilda. Matilda has
some
magic in her fucking brain.
Dude, I'm telling you though, like that's not okay. That's a big old red flag, dude. There's nothing okay with that. If you ever are in a situation where you got two kids and you're like, we got a secret, we're not gonna tell mommy. Oh no.
Most of the time, yes.
You are still not gonna go.
I just really think look. Miss Doubtfire is one of my favorite characters of all. Top 10. Miss Doubtfire is in that motherfucker, man. Seriously.
Wow. All right.
Yes,
all right.
Absolutely. I just look. I feel the man's care for his kids, and I admire that. As someone that doesn't have children, if I did, I'd probably be just like fucking Daniel, be like, I'd party, jump around, let's go. But I'd try to be. I'd still have that. My wife would kill me if I continue. She'd beat my ass.
Yeah, like there's a certain healthy level of respect for that.
Correct.
The problem is though, like he knows he's wrong. He knows he's committing wrong. Like he knows he's committing crime. He literally says to the kids, like, about like through plate glass. And like at one point, the pool scene is literally like, what are you doing? This is beyond obsession.
Literally.
I do love though that like at the pool scene though, he's like literally starts trying to hit on like a lady at the pool.
It's on me.
It's on me. No thanks.
No thanks.
Mm-mm.
It's like, Daniel, did you forget that you were a 65-year-old woman?
Well, and that's the thing is like you start to get like at a certain point, you would probably get some kind of imposter syndrome here. Like, okay, so like I can't help but equate this to serial killers a little bit because they start to go like through like into a zone when they're in the middle of their stuff where they like go into a berserker mode. I feel like if he were murdering, like that's where he'd be here. Like he's starting to get to this like weird imposter syndrome. Like he's like, fuck it, I don't care. I know I'm sitting here dressed like a 65-year-old lady. I'm gonna hit on this hot chick at the fucking pool.
What,
that's unhinged as fuck. He's losing his mind.
Wait, are you telling? Yes, because he's losing his children. So when you add the kids in, he won't be crazy anymore. But do you honestly think he's giving serial killer vibes, dude?
Little bit.
Herdy.
Yeah. So like I said, he knows he's wrong. It all culminates though with the dinner scene. The dinner scene has got to be just that's
how you write a third act, sir.
That is exactly how you write a third act. Like this is like
yes.
it's something. Honestly, I feel like the 90s did a really good job with third act writing.
Early 2000s as well, they did, and mid to late 80s too. Don't get it twisted. They had
100%.
Third acts have faltered a lot here in the last couple years.
I would agree with that. But like, so like the whole time,
pay them, and they'll write better acts.
Pay them. Fucking, we stand with SAG.
Pay them.
We stand with SAG. Fucking, fuck the corporations.
Continue.
And we're not getting fucking paid for this, so like it doesn't matter. So like we're not a struck. Fucking, I'm not part of a union, so I just
literally.
But go SAG.
Go SAG.
Anyway, so the dinner scene is spectacular. Like there's this whole like because like you got this whole underlying plot where he like met the boss. Like he accidentally like it's like if he had just been doing this shit from the get-go.
Yes.
He would have started to move up already because he's like got a pitch meeting for this idea with like his new boss. But the new boss is a fucking scumbag alcoholic, and they schedule it for the same day as the big birthday dinner. Honestly, though, could he have not just said, as Mrs. Doubtfire, I can't fucking make it to this, and I'm sticking to that.
Honestly, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. It's literally what I was gonna say. There would never have even been a third act, as fucking incredible as it is.
Yeah,
you could have literally ended it with no, and the answer is no.
Legitimately, because she's asking her in the middle of the week. She's like, Mrs. Doubtfire, please, it's this Friday. It's at 6. We need you to be there. But like, it's like you're saying Matilda that, it is Matilda, but like it's a little short notice, like because it feels like it's in the middle of the week. It felt like a Tuesday that they're talking about this, and it's like I feel like it's like I've got like I might have plans already for next Friday, and it's not even in next week. So it's like you can't just come at me on a Tuesday and be like, we need you here, and just be like, okay, let me drop everything in my life. Like I've got a life. I've got a life. Mrs. Doubtfire has a life. Okay,
she does. She even said, "I was like, dude, I'm the one pulling the balls at the bingo night." So
yeah, bingo night.
Yeah.
Whatever,
so it's like, bitch, I can't come. All she had to do is tell her no. The answer's no. Tell her yes and don't fucking come. Go straight to Bridges and fucking meet your boss.
But that's the problem with Daniel Hillard is he can't actually say no. So he tries to do this
children
wacky, but like he can't get it like with his boss either. He knows how big of an opportunity it is. So it's like, I can't skip this. I know what I'll do. I can make both work, which is fucking insane.
That's the part where he changes up and down, going back and forth between the tables. I mean, if you haven't seen it, friend, first of all, what the hell are you doing?
Right. It's been, yeah. I mean, it's been literally like 20 years at this point.
Literally 30 years.
Longer.
Actually,
30 years. 30 years. Yeah.
30 years.
Goddamn, time is a bitch.
But
yeah, no, I just is old
great.
School as fuck and is a drinker.
Oh yeah, give him two scotch. Let him catch up. He's like, he literally can
let him catch up. He's like, what? But you can't say no because like you're there. You're in this. And I remember it was funny. My wife was watching it with me. She's like, oh, I forgot about the booze. And that adds a whole separate level too. Because like, okay, I've got to maintain 2 separate dinner dates right now.
Yes.
And I'm about to be fucking blitzed out of my ass.
He's absolutely, because he's drinking them nice and witty. He's drinking wine.
Yeah, because he's also drinking the wine.
He's drinking wine and scotch. Ugh. Sir, we haven't drank in a while, but we know what happens when you mix wine, beer, liquor, all the shit.
And this old guy is probably he's like the president of the fucking studio, so he's getting the expensive hardcore scotch. Like he's getting the good shit.
He's getting the good shit.
Yeah, you're in a nice restaurant. You're getting the good shit on both ends, but you can't mix that shit. And he just goes through this weird back and forth of like, and I'm just like, as I'm watching, I'm like, my anxiety's flaring. Fuck, look at this shit. Like, why is this happening? And then he fucking finally sits down as Mrs. Doubtfire because he got so drunk.
Yeah, he gets so drunk between going back and forth.
You forget
the table.
Yeah, you forget that. And you forget what suture. And so he sits down in full Mrs. Doubtfire gear with his boss
in front of the boss. Yeah,
and the boss is like, "Why the hell are you dressed like a woman?
Why you dressed like a woman?"
Like, dude, honestly, this is like old fucking dinosaur motherfucker.
Dude, no joke. When he says, "Who are you?" and he's like, and he looks down and sees his shit, and he's like, "Why are you dressed like a woman?" And you can tell that Robin Williams is incredible. He actually made me believe, like, oh fuck, I fucked up badly.
Yeah.
How do I get out of this? And he's so good and witty.
It's that quick. It's that quick.
He came up with a show in half a second.
Literally was like,
I am the new host of your new show.
It's the new host. Meet Mrs. Doubtfire. And it's like, because you can see like you see him trying to do it, and then it clicks.
It literally, he looks down for a second. It's literally like 2 seconds of screen time where you can just see him like, oh no. Here's your new host of the new show.
I'm a hip old granny who can hip hop, bebop, and dance till you drop.
Literally. And and the dude's like, all right, tell me more. 2 more scotches.
Also, I love that, like, because like and at one point he went in and put a bunch of pepper on the guy's plate because fuck that guy, fuck Stu.
Fuck Stu. Yeah.
Actually, Stu also ordered a jambalaya. Isn't that a type of stew? That's funny. That's funny. I didn't realize that.
I just realized that too. You son of a bitch. That's fantastic. Oh my God.
So I love that, like, because like if you notice, like, this whole thing happens, like he pitches this and the guy's like into it, and then all of a sudden because he fucking food bombs Stu with pepper because I'm allergic to pepper. What kind of fucking English ass bitch is allergic to pepper? That is the most fucking white bread, non-spice eating shit I've ever. I'm allergic to pepper.
He didn't
Fuck you.
Literally. And not only is he's not only allergic to pepper, the son of a bitch just gave him cayenne pepper. So the spicy
like
shit.
The intense pepper.
He's like, I'm getting this. And he like, you can see him smacking this shit. Just this spice comes out of it. I'm like, dude, I'm going to kill the bastard.
Stu.
I love how he turns around and says, I'm going to kill the bastard.
I fucking love it. But then he just like runs across the restaurant when he sees, my God, I killed the bastard. And like
literally, like full speed as a 65-year-old woman jumping over hurdles and shit. I fucking loved it.
Everyone's like, what? Because like earlier in the movie, it's like, oh, I'm an expert in Heimlich maneuver. So it's like, you got to put up or shut up. You're supposed to be the expert of this shit.
Literally. Amazing. And you know, the mom finds out, the children find out, the daughter finds out.
Honestly, like I didn't even mention it up to this point, but like the idea, because the 2 older kids knew the whole time, so they're sitting at dinner watching this shit unfold, knowing that's their father. Like, you're gonna need therapy, but what a good night! What a evening.
I would, if this was me and I had this, I would tell this story to my wife once a week.
Every day.
I gotta tell you the story again. I gotta
tell you the story one more time.
I gotta tell you again. Like, I heard it for 10th time.
1993, Bridges Restaurant.
Let me tell you. Picture it. 1993. Bridges.
That's good. That's good. Love it. Love Sophia. So, but that's when the mask comes off. Now, could you imagine being Miranda and watching your new boyfriend get Heimlich by your fucking nanny, only for the nanny to stand up to see this mask hanging half off to reveal your ex-husband that you have kicked out of your house, and to find that this motherfucker has infiltrated your family for the last 2 fucking months? What the fuck?
Imagine. And I love her reaction. Daniel?
Oh my God.
The whole time.
The whole time. Oh, she was mad, dude. Like, that's that mom mad.
I believed it. Oh, I'm mad. She got the mom mad. Yeah, Sally pulled out the mom mad.
Okay,
not the Forrest Gump mom mad, like the mad mom.
Now hold on. You know my mom. You know my mom for years.
Oh yeah.
Tell me you couldn't see that delivered with the same energy with her for her
100%. It's 110%.
Catchphrase when we fucked up growing up, which was God damn it, all to motherfucking hell and back. That's the kind of dramatic shit. That's why I'm so dramatic.
I literally love that, and that's great.
Now tell me you can't see Sally Field. The same energy. It's the same vibe.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Mom anger.
I think your mother would add a smack in there somewhere.
She would definitely.
She wouldn't just be like, I gotta go. No, I gotta smack you before I go.
100%. 100%. Now, this is where it gets a little like, it's like, okay, so like basically, like after that, the jig is up, like shit's going, like you're going, but he didn't go to jail, which did bother me a little bit.
He did not go to jail. He didn't. He just lost all custody of kids. But
then, like, not far after that, the mom was like, I have to admit it was better when Mrs. Doubtfire was here. Also, I love that, like, there was no reference of Stu being around after that. Stu was like, fuck this family. The trim is not worth it. Like, he was like, Miranda's pussy is not worth it.
I never realized that he just completely disappears the last 10 minutes. And I know people be like, he's the end of the movie, he just didn't show up anymore. No, he bounced on a shrimp with cayenne fucking pepper on it from the dude that you've been trying to poke his wife.
And you found out, like, yeah,
Heimlich maneuver.
Like you were the other guy in a Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh God.
No, that's too much for me, man. You know what,
Miranda? I'm sorry. Pussy might be gold, but it ain't worth it.
I'm Stuart Dunmire, and I don't have to put up with this.
Literally, my last name is Dunmire. I'll find him.
Dunmire. That's right. That's right. But like, that's like, it kind of bothers me because at the end, like, he doesn't really actually face any real consequences. No, like, because she comes to that conclusion of like, well, it was better. I'm going to just forget what the court says. But then he also gets his own show where they're talking about Hollywood and all this different shit. So it's like, he didn't, and not only did he fucking like get no consequences, he actually really benefited from the whole situation.
Oh, he absolutely did. I think it was an accidental beneficial thing.
I mean, accidentally, yeah, but he got everything he wanted. Yep. He got more like career success than he could have possibly asked for. It's a little fucked up, is it not?
Do you think I was going to say, do you think it's fucked up that the dude that learned his lesson with?
Did he learn his lesson?
Yeah. Yes, I do think so. I believe so. He just accidentally got a show.
2 months. He spent 2 months.
I thought it was 6 days.
No, it was 2 months. It was 2 months like that Mrs. Doubtfire was in the picture. Spent 2 months as Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, 2 months with this charade. Fucking 2 months of that. And then all of a sudden, like after you come out of it, you still get to see your kids, which is what you wanted the whole time. But now you've got this massive, successful show and you're going to Hollywood and you're going to be rich and famous. You didn't learn shit. How could he have learned anything? He faced no consequences.
He didn't
work. It completely worked.
Wait, maybe he might have faced consequences. Let's look at it this way.
Okay.
Yes, Miranda did go to the courts and nullified everything that she had before we lost all custody, gave him 50-50, and every day you see your kids. And then Saturday, Sunday, you can have them every other week. Cool. Yeah. That's what he got. I think because of the whole aspect with Miss Doubtfire, all the situations that happened, and be it that it was bad, she probably realized, he's really like, he is good with the kids. I know that was Miss Doubtfire, but it was Daniel.
But okay. So you're gonna just like, you are determined to take this show from start to finish as the sunny motherfucking asshole.
Not planned, sir. I swear to God, this was not planned.
Look on the
I like a good father. Why do you think I like your dad? I like
my dad is awesome. My dad is awesome. Dad, I love you.
Yes. I like a good dad. I like someone that steps up and does their shit and handles their business, as weird and unhinged as it is.
All right. So we're talking about this was like an unconventional. You're looking at, okay, this was unconventional for sure, but like the ends justified the means. Nobody really got hurt except for Stu.
Nobody got hurt except Stu.
And nobody gives a fuck about Stu. Fuck Stu.
Boom. Fuck him.
All right, fair.
Lesson learned. He got his kids, got a multi-million-dollar probably show contract. So there you go.
Well, it's funny. Actually, now that I think about it, hold on. You kind of just pluck something out there. Now, you're talking about like, okay, a multi-million-dollar deal. You're talking about Hollywood, talking about like getting rich. You got it. You're making it, right?
Yep.
They're in the middle of a divorce. The divorce was not finalized. The divorce is not finished that quick. All of a sudden, he's got a lot more assets. It actually is in her best interest to play ball.
Yo, Miranda is like
Miranda.
the genius of geniuses.
Miranda is a true 90s boss bitch. That is the boss bitch that walked so boss bitches today can run. That is crazy. I just realized that. So you know what? He did face some consequences, I bet.
Miranda Hillard is the most badass, unintentionally incredible 90s mom that just literally, and that's why you know what? Mm-hmm. That's probably why she did it. Yeah. She thought about this shit and was like, wait, this motherfucker on TV, you called, where's that lawyer at? Give me that lawyer's number.
Yeah, dude, you know what? I love it. That is a new fan theory we're going with. That is never an official weird wide Unhinged movies theory.
Literally, I never realized that, dude. Actually, kind of, I did not even mean to go that direction, but when she sees him on TV and smiles, she ain't smiling because she's smiling because cha-ching.
Dollar signs. That's what she's got.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
That's what she saw.
Before we get out of here, before we close out, because usually this is about where we close out, have some final thoughts here, but I feel like given the current like political climate, current social climate of things, it is important to at least like touch on something regarding this movie. Now, it's one of those things where you can't really have it both ways. Now, I have talked about like the disclosure concept through movies as far as like aliens go, things like that. Now, is it also possible, it's much less intentional, but is it also possible that movies like Mrs. Doubtfire actually contribute to anti-trans thought patterns?
Oh, man. That is a good question.
Well,
I truly don't think that they're like movies, are they intended to go in that direction?
Right.
I don't think they want the movies go that direction. Is there a way that someone might take it in a way where it's
think about
look at this?
Think about it. One of the most common like anti-trans dog whistle things is to the idea of like a person dressing as the opposite sex to gain access to a bathroom. That's like this common boogeyman scenario that's like usually peddled by the right. Now, is it possible that the idea of that did come from movies like this? Because this isn't the first, wasn't the last, and it won't be like the common ones won't be like modern ones won't be the last either. Like it goes back at least as far as the 60s, probably further back, like with the Marilyn Monroe movie. I forget what the 60s movie, Some Like It Hot, where they had to basically they dressed as ladies to infiltrate to get away from these gangsters. Mrs. Doubtfire, he's dressing as a woman to infiltrate his family. Joanna Man, you brought that one up. He's dressing like a woman to infiltrate basket. What was it? Big Mama's House, same thing. Had to infiltrate a crime situation. So like, is it possible this idea has been a little accidentally ingrained through that? In the bigot's mind, in the mind of the bigot.
Honestly, in the bigot's mind, I probably in their fucking mind, I never thought. I really fucking hope not.
Well, I mean, it's like it's something to consider, because I mean, like, it's if that's true, that's at least a place to there can be some work done, because it's like, okay, like I get why you have this idea, but like
that's not how it is.
Here's why this idea is not real. This doesn't actually happen in real life. Now, I'm not sure if that's I can't completely stand by that. If anybody knows of any stories of people that have like, and don't be coming at me with your fucking bullshit. If you're on the right persuasion, don't be sending me bullshit. I'm talking about like if there's a real legitimate story of like somebody like who cross-dressed or whatever to infiltrate somewhere, I'd like to see, but I don't think that's like a thing.
It's not because it goes
outside of cinema.
Like you let it right on cinema is more like a job or something that's like Mrs. Doubtfire. He wants to see his kids. There's something.
Yeah, it's an art.
And it's an art, but no one is going to fucking do that in real life. You have to understand, this is more on an emotional level. Yeah, and no one's going to play with their emotions.
Well, I mean, that's true. I don't know. So
on a personal level,
I don't know. Final thoughts on it. What do you think?
Regarding the movie?
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing is incredible. I'll say it again. If you haven't seen it, what the hell are you doing? It is great. It is a feel.
I feel like if
movie.
you haven't seen it, like at this point in 2023, like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you're probably churning butter and you're not actually even hearing or tuned in right now.
I'm telling you, yeah, it's a very good movie. It's probably one of my favorite comedies of all time. Robin Williams is spectacular. Everyone's in it. Even Stu Dunmire. Brosnan does a great job. Oh, they all kill it.
Brosnan, everybody does a great job, even the kids.
And it's directed by Chris Columbus. I fucking love Chris Columbus,
the good
dude.
Chris Columbus.
The good, yeah. Old, yes. Old Chris Columbus. Not the
also, you know what? Since I'm not going to actually have a chance to, I was working on before summer was over. I was trying to do a Bermuda Triangle episode. Before we get out of here, I'm actually like, since we're talking about Chris Columbus, all of a sudden, I'm gonna drop a little bit of knowledge I found because I feel like I have to share it in some way.
Do it.
I found out when I was researching the Bermuda Triangle, and yes, when I was researching the Bermuda Triangle, it went as far back as Christopher Columbus days because it literally, like, he was one of the first that may have actually had an encounter with it. That's how far back the research goes when I do shit like that, which is why I have a hard time getting some of the deep dive episodes out. But I found out this son of a bitch, okay, like the most dick boss you've ever had. This motherfucker. So the guy, I can't remember his name, but he's in like the crow's nest, and he's the one that sees land. Columbus himself tried to take credit for that.
Oh, of course, it's Chris Columbus.
It's like Michael Scott.
Christopher, let me fucking stop calling him Christopher.
It's like Michael Scott if he was Christopher Columbus. Like, that's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing Michael Scott as Christopher Columbus. Like, what an asshole.
What? Of course. I mean, dude, we could go deeper into Christopher Columbus being a scumbag piece of shit, but
you know what? Maybe we'll do that in October.
That would be fantastic. I would love to come on and talk shit about Christopher Columbus
because he's a scumbag piece of shit. You know what? We're not
100%.
Officially committing to it, but it's an idea we're floating right now.
Yes.
I fucking love it. Ghost, tell everybody what you're about, where they can find you, and just everything. Give it to them.
If you guys enjoy political content, I know that this is more of a weird, wide, more true crime, aliens, just supernatural shit. If you like more progressive politics, check me out. It's at The Ghost. That's DA_Ghost_ on all platforms.
Hell yeah, check them out. And I would say some politics has accidentally seeped in here. I think everybody knows where I stand politically. Everybody, if you like what you're hearing, give us a 5-star review. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to go, subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. If you want to touch base, you want to be a little bit more, incognito about it, you shoot me an email. Just say hi. Tell me I'm an asshole. Whatever the fuck you think. Give me a weird story. Give me some fucking fake bullshit. Email the show, weirdwidepodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to go on to the official home of the Weirdoverse, www.weirdwide.com. You can see you can listen to every episode that's been released. Sign up for the newsletter, get episodes sent directly to you for free. It's a fucking deal. I fucking love it. Free. Do it. Am I forgetting anything else? Instagram and TikTok. Check us out. Check me out on there. I'm on there as Dudist Weirdo. I'm posting all kinds of fun stuff on there. I'm not posting a lot right now, I'll be honest. It's been a weird week. I feel like everybody in the week that we're recording here, everybody has had a really fucking rough week. I know so many people that have had weird shit happen to them. I got a gout flare. My fucking foot hurts. Fucking
Crohn's flare. My stomach hurts.
I know somebody whose sister got stung by a bee in the face, like fucking election. So shout out to Rachel, because I know that you're on the mend. But anyway, join us next week for more strangeness. We'll have more guests down the line. The Ghost is always a frequent flyer. Hopefully we'll get him back sooner than last time. But until then, keep it weird.